original Dogs of War.
Of course, Public Enemy coming off a very successful victory in a street fight this past Thursday in their hometown of Philadelphia. See if their winning streak will continue here tonight in Bushkill, PA.
Why don't these two jokes go back to selling TVs and T-shirts out of the back of their truck and just get out of the ring, because there's no way they can compete with the likes of the Pitbulls and Stevie Richards.
Well, Public Enemy are the masters of the table match. It'll be interesting to see what will happen in this match here. Will the Pitbulls be able to super bomb one member of Public Enemy through a table to get the victory in this match?
Daredevil, my gut feeling, I'm going to have to give it to Public Enemy. Like Ronnie said, they're the masters of the table. Ronnie should have said that if he paid attention, but as usual, he says everything that means nothing. So, Dave, I'm going to go with you. Masters of the table is Public Enemy.
So what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, Third Degree?
You're stupid.
So your point is?
Exactly. Daredevil, I don't know if I can put up with him for another, let alone one match.
Well, this is our last match. I think you can manage for that, can't you, Third Degree?
I guess so. Ronnie, I guess you want the microphone, don't you?
Listen, if you got a problem with me, I'm going to have Doug Flex and GQ Bronski up in this broadcast position and make the two of you look like mashed potatoes.
GQ Bronski's not here this evening, so I don't know how you're going to get him to the arena in a matter of about 10 minutes that this match is going to take.
You better lay down beer cans so they can find their way to me.
Listen, I am the master of connections. I'll have them here any minute. Wait a minute. I'm being pushed out of the way here by Lightning Mike Quackenbush. Wait, what's going on here?
I can't believe what I just saw. Stevie Richards just arrived at ringside, and someone had the audacity to put the laser pointer on his tush. This is extreme.
This is extreme. Well, it definitely is an extreme match. These two have feuded for years in ECW, like we talked about before. We see Johnny Grunge going to start it out with Pitbull number 2 in this match, Mike.
Looks like a little psychology here on the part of the Pitbulls, some mental intimidation now, especially with Stevie Richards in their corner. Man, it's like the glory days of ECW. Here goes Johnny Grunge with a mic.
Mike, we'd like to congratulate you on another win here in IPW. You're on a hot streak.
Thanks, I can't complain. Still undefeated in IPW. Who knew? Lou Marconi, a great competitor from Pittsburgh, got all the respect in the world for him, but it only takes one mistake, and it can be over. 1, 2, 3.
Certainly a victory over a man with a lot of credentials that we talked about. Former WWF star, Steel City star, Lou Marconi. He's done it all. Very impressive victory earlier on. Here we see the collar and elbow tie-up. Pitbull number 1 gets the better of that advantage with a forearm to the back. Has Grunge reeling on the ropes now. Be interesting to see if they're going to go for the pins or try to put their opponents through the table in this match. Both of them are legal ways to win.
I think what you're probably going to see here, fellas, is the Public Enemy, they love to brawl. They can also do a bit of high flying if need be. They may be looking for the pin, whereas the Pitbulls, who use a lot more power, might find it easier to just put their opponents through the table. It's really difficult to predict what's going to take place here.
There we see a cover by Johnny Grunge. You may be right, Mike. We see it right there. Just when you say that's what Public Enemy is going to do, there you see Johnny Grunge going for the cover. Now tosses Pitbull number 1 to the outside. Pitbull 2 attacks him from behind, but Rocco Rock in to make the save. He's going to be shoved out by the referee.
This match is turning into a real Donnybrook. The Pierce Six are outside. They're brawling all over. Fans handing the Pitbulls chairs. Pitbull number 1 hits Johnny Grunge with a chair.
This match is breaking down in a hurry. We see him fighting on the outside. They're out into the crowd here. Pitbull number 2, he has a chair. Nails Rocco Rock right across the back with the chair.
people seem to be volunteering their chairs as it looks like a carbonated beverage came into play there against Pitbull number 2.
Definitely it's nice to have a soda in this heat, but I don't know if he wants it that way. They're coming back here. Here they go. They're going outside. Our cameras aren't going to be able to follow this action. We'll go with the action in the ring. Stevie Richards and Pitbull number 1 double teaming Johnny Grunge.
A garbage can is upset by Rocco Rock. You can't help but wonder, if Public Enemy and the Pitbulls go to another building and go through a table, does that count?
I don't know. We're attached to the hotel here. They may end up fighting in the hotel room. That'll give the guests something to talk. They're working their way over.
Jesus Christ, Rocco Rock's right in front of us. Here comes Pitbull number 2 with Rocco Rock. Holy Jesus! He must have broke his back with that chair. They're right in front of us. I hope we don't get tied up in the action here. Pitbull number 2 with Rocco Rock in the chair. Oh my God, right across the top of the head. He might have busted him open. Rocco Rock with Pitbull number 2 smashing plastic container right over his head. Rocco Rock trying to throw Pitbull 2, carrying him through the fans. The security crew can't do nothing with it. Pitbull number 2 whipped in their chairs. He takes out some fans. This is pure excitement.
They almost took out our entire camera here. Cameraman Gary Walter was scared for his life there for a second, as were all of us. They just brawled right here in front.
We can't keep up with the excitement here. This is insane. When they said this was a tables match, we expected nothing like this, Daredevil.
Back in the ring, we see Pitbull number 1 tossing Johnny Grunge to the outside.
I thought we were to have some least decency in the ring. Outside with a chair by Johnny Grunge on Pitbull number 1. This is pure mayhem. This is insane. Stevie Richards calling in Johnny Grunge. What's Stevie Richards gonna do? Can he score the pinfall here?
Ronnie Reigns, I thought you got blown over in all that excitement. You ran from the other side of the building. What's going on?
I had to get out of here. When Lightning Mike Quackenbush came up into the booth, I thought he was going to tear me apart.
Johnny Grunge just hitting the back with the chair by Pitbull number 1. Stevie Richards choking out. Johnny Grunge. Where's Pitbull number 2? Rocco Rock. We can't see him from the broadcast booth. They're setting up Johnny Grunge, choking with the ring rope. Stevie Richards coming in. Pitbull number 2 has finally made it back to the ring.
So far, it seems neither team has gone for the victory in this match. They haven't tried to put another one through the table from what I could see, but I can't follow all this action.
I see Mike Quackenbush coming back up to the broadcast position. I'm getting out of here.
Man, right there, you just saw the Pitbulls take absolute advantage of the blindsiding of referee Johnny Graham. Stevie Richards helped them get the advantage. Now it's the Public Enemy who are in trouble.
Mike, we have to thank you for getting Ronnie Reigns out of here. At least I do. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I'm happy to see him leave, that's for sure. I didn't know if I could put up with him for another match, but we've got him out of here, so maybe we could enjoy this match as long as they don't come up here again.
After 5 minutes of brawling throughout Tenement Hall here, it's back into the ring.
There you see Pitbull number 2 meets Rocco's boot in the corner. Rocco in now, laying in some kicks of his own into the stomach of Pitbull 2.
The Tenement Resort is absolutely extreme tonight. One thing I think that you're going to see come into play here is that neither tag team has been able to successfully complete a double team throughout. That's probably going to play a factor later on. It'll be the double teams, the tag teams that work more fluidly together, that's going to make their way towards the victory. Ow, vicious belly-to-back suplex, not unlike the backdrop driver delivered by Pitbull number 2.
Brother Taz just walked in past. Pitbull's not paying attention to the Public Enemy.
The only double teaming we've seen in this match hasn't been by 2 members of the team, but it's been by a member of the Pitbulls and Stevie Richards double teaming Johnny Grunge in the ring. But Stevie Richards not a legal member of the Pitbull team from my understanding, but you never know. This match has just been pure mayhem the entire time.
Difficult position for Rocco Rock to recover from. It's very well documented, his history of back problems. You got to wonder there as Pitbull number 2 forcefully whipped him into the turnbuckle. Saw him just fall down, writhing in pain, clutching at his lower back. This could be getting closer to the end by the minute.
Certainly is. This match taking its toll on both teams in here. Rocco sent hard into the turnbuckle. Pitbull follows him in. Rocco sent down to the canvas. Pitbull 2, we see holding his lower back. Grunge threatening him with a chair now. Pitbull 2 calling him in. That's just going to distract the referee. Front chancellery now by Pitbull 2. Here we see double teaming right here that you talked about earlier, Mike. Pick him up for a nice suplex.
Just in the past 60 seconds, guys, you've seen a lot of continuity from the Pitbulls. You saw Pitbull 2 miss an attempted splash in the corner on Rock. As Rock tried to escape, Pitbull 1 cut him off. Now you see the double vertical suplex in the cover. The Pitbulls are bringing it together. They've got the double team continuity, and Rocco Rock desperately needs to make a tag.
Certainly has to get to his corner. He's not in a good position right now in the center of the ring, trying to get the crowd behind him.
Stevie Richards giving the Pitbulls some advice here.
Rocco Rock able to get back up to his feet, though. Despite the advice from Stevie Richards. Rocco Rock sunset flip, trying to pull Pitbull 1 down. He does. Does he have him there? No, not enough to get him. Only a 2 count. Clothesline now by Pitbull number 1. Rocco Rock sent back down to the canvas. Short-lived momentum there for Rocco Rock.
You're seeing here the Pitbulls capitalizing on what's probably their greatest strength, their raw power. Twice there in that sequence, you saw Pitbull 1 attempt to hit a lariat on Rocco Rock. It was only on the second attempt that he was successful. This is their forte. They need to lay the power moves in on the Public Enemy if they want to get the win.
Certainly do. Neither team here we've seen has tried to put the other team through the table, being that it is a table match. You thought that would be the strategy. We haven't seen that so far. Brawled all over the building earlier on. The referee seems to have regained some semblance of order now, trying to keep it with legal tags. Here we see the front chancellery again now by Pitbull number 2. Really applying the pressure in on Rocco Rock. A great wear down maneuver. Cutting off the air supply to Rocco Rock, but also letting Pitbull number 2 regroup his senses in the ring, buying himself some time as well. Very smart wrestling.
I couldn't agree more. You're really seeing some smarts here on the part of the Pitbulls, who typically prefer the power. Pitbull 2 is using a front face lock with a chancery choke to wear down Rock. Now it looks like Rock maybe has a bit of a second wind here. As you see, what agility on the part of Pitbull 2, executing a spin wheel kick on Rocco Rock there, keeping the advantage firmly in the corner of the Pitbulls.
Pitbull 2, you talk so much about their power and their brawling ability. We've seen right there, you've seen a high flying move from him, and also some technical knowledge, some smart mat wrestling with the front chancellery there. Here we see Pitbull 1. Is he going to employ the same strategy that his partner had earlier on?
Guys that compete at the level of the Pitbulls and Public Enemy are among the most versatile athletes in professional wrestling. Nothing demonstrated that better than what you probably saw in the last 2 minutes of this match. Pitbull 2 using both power and technical wrestling, even mixed in a little bit of high flying to gain the advantage. These guys are at the top of their game.
Here we see Rocco Rock again struggling to get back up to his feet. Johnny Grunge trying to get the crowd behind him, trying to regain the momentum, trying to motivate Rocco Rock. Rocco trying to power back into his corner to make the tag. He does, but the referee appears to have been distracted by Pitbull number 2.
That's another incident in this match of Johnny Graham being blindsided to what's going on. Earlier we saw it when Stevie Richards entered the ring. Now we see it as a tag takes place behind his back. And this puts Rocco Rock in an even worse situation than before.
Things really seem to be flowing without Ronnie Reigns here. I'm glad he left for the evening.
I don't know. Something tells me, I get the feeling that he'll be back before we leave tonight. I don't know. I just have the feeling we haven't seen the last of him.
I can still smell him in the building, so he might not have left. That risky business cologne he's been pushing.
Yeah, it's funny Ed Sun wasn't out here yelling at him for pushing his cologne on the air tonight. Here we see Rocco Rock struggling to make it to the corner. He finally is successful. The hot tag. In comes Johnny Grunge like a house of fire on both members of the Pitbulls.
Unloads with a pair of punches, now a pair of lariats. He's got the advantage on the Pitbulls. They blocked a double noggin knocker, double headbutt on the part of the Pitbulls on Johnny Grunge. Rocco Rock just looks dazed. Double bulldog on the part of Rocco Rock. Public Enemy had the advantage, and they need to capitalize.
The only risky business Running Reigns is familiar with is wearing those shorts in public. Public Enemy setting up the Pitbulls on the table.
Here we go. Here we see it. It's what I talked about earlier on. Public Enemy, the masters of the tables.
Here goes Rocco. Oh, Rocco Rock's tripped up by Pitbull number 1 and Stevie Richards.
Rocco off the apron goes for the double axe handle. He's blocked. Pitbull number 1 now throwing him back in the ring. Johnny Grunge appears to still be lined up on the table on the outside.
Here goes Pitbull number 2. Tope! Oh my God! Through the table! That should be the end of this match.
Definitely. Wait a minute. Here we see the pin in the ring. What happened there, Mike? I don't get a clear view of the action here. I thought that Pitbulls won the match by putting him through the table.
Finally, our referee calls for it. Let's go up to Dan Moreland in the ring for the final. What? Johnny Graham's at Pitbull number 2.
Well, if you've got to ask me, Johnny Graham's not exactly the greatest referee in the world. I've seen this on a number of occasions from him. The counts have been close, and he frequently makes bad decisions. Hint, hint, Johnny Graham. Now we see it's backfiring. I don't know what took place. I thought the Pitbull number 2 put one of the Public Enemy through a table. From our vantage point, it was difficult to tell exactly what took place.
Maybe what happened is when he jumped over the top rope, maybe Johnny Grunge moved out of the way at the last second. We couldn't quite tell from here. But in any manner, it appears as though Public Enemy victorious in this match.
I'd hate to be Johnny Graham right about now. Oh! Double headbutt by the Pitbulls. What are they going to do to him next? I hope they let Johnny Graham alone. He doesn't deserve this kind of abuse.
I don't know. The way Johnny usually referees in my matches, that was worth the price of admission alone.